Hey guys, this is a sort of follow-on from the last video. Excuse the weird angle, I'm trying to better be able to let you see what I'm actually doing. So I guess I'm going to title this film Younique, What Went Wrong. It's just, I think a lot of the problem people have leaving MLMs is because they feel like if they turn around and say, actually, the products are rubbish, that people think then they're lying the whole entire time they're actually selling it. And in some cases, yes, people have been lying. Most presenters, if they find a product they don't like, they'll just basically pretend it doesn't exist, which is not ideal, but it's better than nothing. But I wanted to show you a couple of examples where things have changed. We have presenters who have raved about certain items, and then all of a sudden the formula changes or the manufacturer changes, and suddenly this product they've dedicated their entire Younique career with is crap, and they're left either having to pretend it's not crap or to basically alienate maybe 90% of their customers. So basically what I'm focusing on today is partly inconsistencies and partly just showing you what really, the products are not awful, but there's much better out there for less money. So the first one I wanted to show you, I love the fluffy crease brush, but all three of these are fluffy crease brushes, which I'll show you. It's actually written on them, fluffy crease brush. It'll probably be back to front here with the camera, but there you go, fluffy crease brush, all three of them. They're all completely different. One of them's trying to run away. One of them, first off, is longer than the other, as in the bristles are much longer. One of them is shorter and more sort of tapered. And then this one is wider but flatter. Now for the average woman doing her makeup day to day, these slight inconsistencies in a brush will not make a massive difference to how your colour actually goes on. Especially if you're using Younique eyeshadows because they have no pigments. But there you go, this is probably the best I can show you. I'm trying to get them all to sit equally. They're not... So you can see there's one that's longer in length, one that's wider and bushier, and one that's like flat. So this is the first thing that Younique has going against it, which is inconsistencies. Whenever I first joined, I bought my tailored Yoology skincare. I've never been someone who's done much with in the way of skincare, I'll be honest. So obviously hearing that they have a tailored skincare line, it's like, yay, this is awesome. So I bought mine. Now this is actually my second one that I bought. The first one, but this still does have the issue still. The first one I literally couldn't even use. It smelt so bad. And one of the things in one of the boosters that I chose is rosemary extract. And I thought that was maybe what the smell was. So it was just, I just sort of assumed that was what it was supposed to smell like and didn't say anything else. I just didn't use it because it actually made me feel sick. Then as time went on, I seen in the Younique presenter groups other people saying, right, what is going on with the night cream? Why does it smell so fluffy and awful? And then obviously that's the point I came to realise is actually an issue with the product. So I ordered another one. Now, the other night when I just done all my skincare, the other half actually turned around and said, have you just put deep heat on? And that is exactly what it smells like. It's a really pungent, strong smell. But obviously, I mean, you're putting this on your face, so it's not particularly comfortable. Now the cream itself is nice. Well, as far as I know, it does what it's supposed to. It feels nice. It's got a slightly thicker texture of a night cream. And my skin did improve after using Younique for a couple of months, but because I wasn't someone who ever really did anything about skincare, it may well have been that my skin improved just because I was using any skincare. Can't really tell. So this was the next inconsistency. So obviously once I discovered that this wasn't normal, then I found all these people saying like, what has happened here? My last night cream doesn't smell like this. Right, next up is really just a sort of quality demonstration. That actually does feel quite nice, I have to say. Not selling Younique. Right, so one of the first products I ever got was the lip stain. At the time, I was a smoker. I vaped. I'm a coffee addict, tea addict. So things for my lips get quite a hard time, really. So the lip stain sounded absolutely perfect. So I got it. I'm just putting a bit on my hand for you so you can see. So the sultry is like a dark sort of burnt reddy colour. So this is it. Light's not great in here, like, but this is not about the colour anyway, so it doesn't really matter. But you can see the sort of coverage is not very even, really. Whenever you put, I've got another one as well, Sucker Punch, which is like a raspberry pink, which is really, really nice colour. But you do definitely have to use multiple coats. So I'm not going to name the other product that I'm going to compare it to, because it's not about that. But I'm going to say it costs less than the Younique one. And on the first time I used it, it actually almost scared me, because I've been so used to using a Younique one. It's like, what is this? Ooh. But yes, as I say, this one from unnamed company costs slightly less, but you can see how much better the coverage is. Like, one coat of that is plenty. And when I say it stains, it properly stains. Like, you have to like nearly scrub it off at the end of the day. So yeah, we have the lip stains. The other thing I'm going to show you, if you've followed Younique in a bad way, as in if you've ever heard anyone say anything bad about Younique, you've probably heard them talk about the pigmentation in the eyeshadows. So I'm gonna do a wee demo for you. And there you go, the Younique one's been on longer. I've just rubbed the two of them. Younique one starting to smudge, other one not really going anywhere. But anyway, so yes, this is about pigmentation. So it's not so much about the colours, but about how much of the colour actually comes off when you use it. Now, to make this fair, I am going to use a Younique brush, one of the brushes I was showing you earlier. I'm also going to use the Younique primer, the eye primer, which, I mean, it's not fantastic, but it's not awful. It'll do the job. But just so that people can't say, oh, that's not fair, right? You didn't use this, you didn't use that, you didn't use the other. So I shall make it completely fair. I'm going to try and find a colour I can kind of match. Obviously different colours pigment differently anyway. So I'm going for this Younique eye primer, which, like I say, is grand. There's nothing wrong with it. Now, one of the things I did like, I'm also gonna sort of do a disclaimer. Before I started with Younique, I didn't really wear much makeup, so I didn't follow anyone who did makeup on the likes of social media or anything like that. It just wasn't a thing for me. I put it on maybe twice a year if I ever went out. So whenever I got the Younique palette, I liked that it wasn't massively pigmented, because it meant you could use it to create subtle looks, even if when you see the colours here, they're not subtle colours. but you could use it to do a subtle look. And then if you use the eye primer, obviously you get a much brighter look. So I actually thought this was a positive, like, hey, this is great. Basically, I've got 14 eyeshadows instead of 7. Then once I left Younique, and I'd heard people say things about the pigmentation and all that, but it didn't mean anything to me. It went right over my head. Once I left Younique, I started buying stuff from other places. Again, I'm not going to name any names. Then I realised what everyone was talking about when they say that, like, Younique eyeshadow is not particularly pigmented. So I'm going to go for the orange, which is Theatrical in palette 7, because I've got a sort of similar colour in the other palette that I'm comparing. Now, I haven't used this other palette yet, so I hope it doesn't let me down. That would really suck. But anyway, so like I say, using a Younique brush, I've got my Younique primer on. So palette 7 was my favourite because I love bold colours. So there it is on the brush. Hopefully you can see this. I'm not cheating or anything like that. I'm literally just putting it on. I'll even get a bit more. So, whoop, there we have Theatrical. Just give the brush a wee wipe. I've put the primer along here, so I'm just going to put the other colour beside it. Now this one, as I say, it's a similar colour, but it's definitely not the same. It's not as deep an orange. But there you go already. This is other brand that I will not name. And this is Younique. And for Younique, I even dipped back into the palette and added more. And it's a brighter orange, I would say. Like, I'll even go for it again. And it's not going to make much difference. Like, you're just sort of moving it about. It doesn't lay its pigments down very well. Whereas this one, I'll go in the middle, takes like no effort, which is what an eyeshadow should be like. So you can see there the difference. Unfortunately, what I was going to show you, unfortunately, I went upstairs and I've already dumped the rubbish one. I have never used a liquid eyeliner before because I have really, really sensitive eyes that will water at the drop of a hat. So I would usually use a pencil. So I got the Younique Dip and Draw liner, which is a liquid liner, in the new presenter kit. So I was like, right, well, seeing as I've got it, hasn't really cost me anything, I'll give it a try. And it was brilliant. I loved it. I was really, really excited that I had an eyeliner I could actually use. So this one is not it, because the one that I first got was black and this is purple, but this one, quality wise, is the same. So the Dip and Draw liner is really, really thin, like sort of pencil thin. I don't even know if you can see that, it's that thin. So I was using it for my top lid. As I say, it was in black, this one's in purple, which is quite pretty. So a couple of months later, the Kudos was all about eyes. I think it was a palette, an eyeliner, and a mascara. So I got a second black Dip and Draw liner. And this thing was like water. It was see-through, watery. It was just not nice at all. It was hard work to use. You know, the problem with liquid liner is once it's on, it should kind of be on. Whereas this, you're having to move the brush over the same point again and again. So instead of getting a nice wee fine line, you were getting like a big giant by the time you got enough of the product to come out. This one's actually really nice. Might start using it again. But yeah, no, the black one, it was just awful. It was literally like someone had added a few drops of water into it. You could tell it was supposed to be black, but it was kind of like grey and swampy and just not delightful. I'm really annoyed that I've chucked it out. I'm going to have another proper look later and see if I can find it, but I think because it was so rubbish, I chucked it out. But now it would be very handy to show you. At the time when I got it, I didn't plan on leaving Younique. So yeah, I was just like, oh, this one must be a dud, chuck it out. But now, again, I've seen a load of other people saying exactly the same thing, that their liquid eyeliners are all swampy and gross, and no, it's just not cool. Not cool, Younique. So anyway, that's all I have to show you today. I have a load more Younique products. Basically, they're not all bad. They're really not. Some of them are just ridiculous, and it's not even that they're bad, it's that they're not worth the price. You can get so much better for the same price or even less. But hopefully this video has kind of shown you a little bit, you know, it's not that Younique presenters are lying. Sometimes it's even that presenters don't even know the products have changed until their customers tell them. You know, they've maybe got a good version of the product in their makeup kit, which they're using and loving. And then a month later, a customer comes back and says, this mascara is rubbish. But because you have a really brilliant one in your kit, then you might just go, oh, that's fine, just send it back, I'll get you another one. It's not so much that anyone's being dishonest, and I'm not accusing anyone of being dishonest. It's just, you can't. Network marketing is all about you. People are buying from you, not from Younique. So the only thing you have that's worth anything is your reputation. And if you're constantly sending out products that are substandard or inconsistent, then, you know, you're giving away the only thing you have, which is your own reputation, your own integrity. And most of the time it's not even the presenter's fault. They fully believe that they are selling a brilliant product, but because of, I don't know whether it's cost cutting or what, I know everyone sort of gave them a bit of a bywall during the whole COVID, because a lot of their stuff comes from China, which is why nearly everything was out of stock at the first lockdown. But the problem is, when they're making masses of money, then they start, this is just for the UK ladies as far as I know, it used to be if you spent £59 you got free shipping, and now they've increased the threshold of what you have to buy to get free shipping. They should be making the presenter's job easy for them, because that's how this structure is meant to work. Like, the Younique do all the work, and then the presenters just get it in front of the right people, and those people buy. But Younique appear to be trying to make it as hard as possible for their presenters, both by providing really quite rubbish products, inconsistently rubbish products too, which is almost even worse, and by forcing customers to have to buy more, or for the presenters to have to buy more to get free shipping. And the shipping's not cheap, it's £5.95. So if you're just looking for a mascara, which is expensive anyway at £23, that's another £6 shipping on top of that. So you're looking nearly £30 for mascara. Like, you can get some of the best mascaras in the world for like £20, £22. I don't know, it's just mental. But anyway, I was sitting here, I was going through anti-MLM stuff, and I just seen a few things, like in the comments especially. I think people need to understand that the issue is with the company, not the individuals. The individuals are victims as much as anyone else. They have bought into this company's ethos and this company's lies, basically. And there's people, you know, who try and come out of a MLM and then get abuse for leaving from the MLM, and then people are like, well, sure, look at this video you made and look at that video you made. Does that mean you were lying then, or are you lying now, and all this? Like, it's not about honesty or dishonesty. It's about perspective. It's about consistency. It's about belief as much as anything. Like, yes, any company can have an off day. So yeah, your presenters are going to say, that's fine, we'll give it a couple of weeks, couple of months. Hopefully the formula will go back to what it was. You know, it's not about being honest or dishonest. So I just felt the need to get that across while it was fresh in my mind. So I thought I'd pick out a few examples that might show what I'm talking about. But I'm sure I'll probably have a few more videos down the line for you. So thank you very much for watching, and I shall speak to you soon.